Hello, my name is Jerry Wallace with 5WB Note Investing. Today's brief webinar is going to be on split payment partial performing notes. So I'm going to go through a quick video presentation here with a PowerPoint and explain to you how self-directed IRA account holders can utilize their accounts to invest in notes in a very unique way through performing split payment partial note investments. So let's dive into that. I'm going to go ahead and start some screen share here and go through the PowerPoint presentation for today's webinar. Let me jump into that, and here we go. Okay, thank you for bearing with me while we get our technology started, and here we go. Today's Performing Split Payment Partial Note webinar is presented by my company, 5WB LLC Note Investing. Got to tell you before we get started, I'm not a financial planner. I've got quite a bit of experience with real estate notes, but I'm also not a CPA, not an attorney. And what this screen is really telling you as you read through it is you can tell that the suitability of this investment for any individual, I cannot guarantee. You'll have to look at that and vet this for yourself and see if the suitability of this investment is right for you. Always consider your own financial situation and risk tolerance. We're going to talk a little bit more about that as we move forward. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. I'm the managing member of 5WB LLC. Got started in real estate investing back in 2001. Been doing that for a while. Now I work with notes exclusively. Have a master's in public administration from Northern Kentucky University, where I also used to be the housing assistant director. I've got 20 years plus in business management. I'm a very proud father of 5 awesome boys, and I'm the founder as well of the Counsel of Christian Reentry Ministry that helps people with overcoming employment barriers in the Cincinnati area. So let me welcome you to our webinar, again, exploring performing split payment partial notes. What we're going to cover today is an introduction to this topic, a comparison of note investments, talk a little bit about the suitability and the individual's individual risk tolerance, go through final tips and takeaways. So what is a performing split payment partial note? It's a very specific type of real estate note investment. These notes are the result of an investor selling a portion of the note and the monthly payment to another investor. We provide note partial investments as opportunities to help our clients earn an above average, well-secured return. Let's look at how that happens. The benefits of split payment partial note investing are really that you're able to partner with us and have us shoulder some of the heavy lifting that comes with note investing. How does this type of note investment work, and why might it be a great option for you? Let's keep going and find out. Some of the pros are consistent cash flow, a lower risk primarily because we're overseeing the investment with you and partnering with you. It's a simplified process, much easier than all the other components that must be managed in a more traditional note investment where you handle everything. Really, the only con or downside is the additional administrative cost, which 5WB absorbs and takes care of. But we'll talk about that when we do deal analysis. So let's look at a case study and see how this might be beneficial for you. This is a partial note detail of a property with a fair market value of $230,000. UPB stands for unpaid principal balance. That means the note, the face of the note, what is still left owing is $189,900. This particular transaction resulted in a partial purchase price. The investor paid $182,304. That means they got into this investment at a 79% investment to value ratio. That's what the ITV stands for. So better than a 20% equity cushion, which is what we recommend. This represents a discount, or it means that we bought the note for $7,596 less than what was currently owed, okay? That's one of the wonderful things about note investments is that we're always buying at a discount. We start off in any given investment ahead of the game to the tune of that discount amount. In this situation, $7,596. So let's look further into the deal analysis. The partial investor is buying 76%, or in terms of dollars, $1,404.33 of that monthly payment. Now, when you break down the numbers, that is equivalent to an 8.5% annualized return on this investment of $182,304. So I do that for simplicity's sake and so that you can compare the different types of investments. You can invest directly in notes with us for a simple rate of return. Why do we find that the split payment partial is advantageous? It's because we stay in the transaction and manage it alongside you and for you, reducing the risk considerably for the note investor. What's the exit plan with these types of investments? We're going to hold long-term and enjoy an above-average, well-secured return with this specific case study for 357 payments left. Now, an intelligent investor, I'm sure at this point, is asking, but what if things don't go as planned? Well, first, let me address that by saying that the approximate foreclosure rate across the United States ranges between about 3 and 3.5%. So it is very unlikely that anything other than receiving payments as expected would happen, but we must explore that option to be realistic and talk about what happens in that case. So there are three possible outcomes if a borrower should default while we're in partnership with you as a potential investor in one of these transactions. 5WB works with the borrower in this type of scenario to do loan modification and payment modification. So you spend no additional dollars, which is a risk if you manage the note yourself. We take on that risk and take care of that and the management of any loan modification. If loan modification isn't possible, 5WB works toward a cash for keys solution. That means we're going to help that person if they're unable to overcome their financial obstacles, go ahead and move out of the property, do a deed in lieu of foreclosure, sign that property back over to us so that we can liquidate the asset and move on. 5WB manages any necessary foreclosure actions with our legal team to liquidate properties using licensed real estate agents. So we take care of that, and this takes a huge part of the risk assessment just out of play for you as a performing split payment partial investor with 5WB. So does investing in performing split payment partial notes achieve your investment goals? Let's talk through that. Performing split payment notes offer lower risk, as we've talked about, and consistent cash flow without the hassles that come with having to manage the note yourself. This investment relationship, while we're involved with you in day-to-day management, means we must ensure your profitability so that we can reach our financial goal. The simple truth is we don't get paid if you don't get paid. We can't be profitable if we don't help you in partnership on this transaction be profitable. Real estate note investing, in my opinion, is the best way to invest in real estate. You can enjoy above average return on investment, all while avoiding the pitfalls that I personally have found that come with being a landlord or rehabbing properties. I did perform real estate functions as a landlord and as a rehabber for a number of years, and I can tell you my personal experience has been that note investing is far superior in many ways, not the least of which is simplicity. So there's no tenants, no toilets, no taxes. Note investors have property owners paying us monthly when we're the bank. Property owners pay their own property taxes and handle the property maintenance, right? So very few hassles. I'd like to let you know who our team is that helps us handle these functions as we take care of note partnership investments with you. And by the way, let me tell you that self-directed IRAs are an excellent source of funding for this type of investment. We work with a lot of individual investors that utilize that as their means of funding their note purchases. Our team of professionals include loan servicing, insurance, title services, and legal advisement, all meant to help mitigate risk, right? So we engage these professionals when and if there are any potential notice of defaults or foreclosure actions, and we manage their services. So final tips and takeaways. Let's go through this and boil it down. The decision to invest in performing split payment partial notes will depend on your individual investment goals and risk tolerance. I invite you to continue this conversation, talk with me further about this, and decide whether performing partial notes would work best to help achieve your goal. We'll talk through scenarios and see if it could be the right fit for you. To continue that conversation, I would invite you to give me a call at 888-922-0788. Feel free to email me, Jerry at 5wb.com. You can book a time for us to speak live on a Zoom call by going to 5wb.com and just click on the Work With Me link. You can see more information that you can reference on myself and on our investment program there through LinkedIn. You can also get our free report at 5wb.com on the current note market. My name's Jerry Wallace. I appreciate you taking the time to talk with me about the note investment opportunities we provide. I look forward to speaking with you soon about this option, and I hope you have an awesome day. Thank you so much and take care.